Hey, it's Uncommon Fossil. Today I want to present a deck that I've been enjoying playing lately. I was going to say it's a fun deck, but it's an Iron Thorns deck, so it's certainly not fun to play against, so I don't know if it's a fun deck, but I do like this deck, and I have enjoyed playing it. So the heart of the deck is 4 Iron Thorns. And Quad Thorns, where you just have 4 Iron Thorns EX, is a solid deck in and of itself, but looking to mix it up a little bit, make it a little more interesting here. But first, Iron Thorns, the heart of the deck. It's got the ability initialization as long as this Pokemon's the active spot. Pokemon with a rule box, which at this point are just EX Pokemon. There are no more Radiant Pokemon. They've rotated. There are no Vs, VMAXs, V-Stars. So right now it's just EXs. Anyway, they have no abilities except for future Pokemon, and most people aren't playing future decks, although future decks I kind of enjoy as well. But so basically you're shutting down all the abilities of your opponent EXs in play. As long as you only have Iron Thorns in the active and on the bench, even boss doesn't get them out of it. There is no canceling Kelowna format, so that is a plus as well. And it's got a decent attack, not a great attack, which it shouldn't have though, because otherwise it would be overpowered. It does Volt Cyclone for Lightning Colors. Colors does 140, and you move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. And that's an important part of how to manage this deck. And I think that's part of the skill with this deck, with Thorns in general. When do you get a second Pokemon to play? Because you don't want to obviously only have one on your Thorns in play and get it knocked out, but of course you have to keep moving energy to the bench. The deck doesn't have an engine, so you don't want to not have energies to attack. So that's a bit of a trick. You kind of manage things there, but it's certainly doable. I'll probably talk about that more in the gameplay, which will follow this deck description. Then what I put in here is another counter Pokemon, and this is Sylveon. Single prize Sylveon evolves from Eevee, and it's got the Safeguard ability to prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's EXs. So immune to damage from EXs, really good there, right? Because if they're playing single prize Pokemon, Iron Thorns damage level probably can win you the game on itself, but this is a great wall. It's an evolution. That's the downside, because a lot of times you'll see Mimikyu paired with Iron Thorns. Mimikyu's got the ability that immune to damage as well, but its attack is placing damage counters, which means a Mew EX can one-shot your Mimikyu. So let me call that guy up. Yeah, Mimikyu with the Safeguard ability prevents damage done from EXs and Vs. Vs aren't format, doesn't matter. So same ability right now as Sylveon. And Ghost Eyes, you put 7 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon, and Mimikyu EX copies your attack if your opponent gets that powered up, and then it puts 7 damage counters on Mimikyu, and it's knocked out. But Sylveon doesn't do that. In fact, I've won games. It's a lot of fun when your opponent's powering up a Mew EX and you're playing this deck only to attack into the Sylveon, thinking, oh yeah, it works against a Mimikyu, it must work here too. And it doesn't do any damage. All right, so how do we power it up? Playing 2 copies of Eevee, which you need, and this is the Eevee with the Ascension attack. Ascension attack lets you search your deck for a card that evolves in this Pokemon, put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it, so you can get the Eevee in play, switch and get it into the active spot. You play it, and attack with Potential Energy attack, and evolve immediately, which is really good. The other one is the Eevee that allows you to evolve when it's the active first turn it's been played, but we don't have Ultra Ball in the deck. We don't have any way in this deck to search for the Sylveon, so getting it out using this Ascension attack is the most likely way to get this Sylveon into play. All right, energy for this deck need both a mixture of Psychic and Lightning energy, because I have the 2 different attackers. The Sylveon, by the way, does 100 for 3, so not bad. You're really trying to get your opponent. The Sylveon goes in play when your opponent can't do damage to it, but at 120 HP, doing 100 damage isn't bad either. So 5 Psychic, 5 Lightning, and then 2 Jet, because we do need some switching, and 2 Mist Energies to stop the effects of attacks such as Dragapult EX. All right, getting into the trainers here, playing a copy of Luxurious Cape, Pokemon that it's attached to. If it doesn't have a rule box, that means Sylveon in this deck gets plus 100 HP. If it's knocked out by damage from an attack, that player takes an extra prize. So what that does is our Sylveon goes from 120 HP to 220 HP, so really tough to knock out. We give up 2 prizes if that happens, but it takes a lot of turns. Usually if your opponent has like a low HP pre-evolution, I mean a low damage pre-evolution attacker, they have to hit into your Sylveon a lot of times, and if you get it powered up doing 100 damage per turn, you're going to take the knockouts before they can knock out the Sylveon. So really like the one Luxurious Cape in the deck there. I'll hit the tools first. Oh, playing Town Store to search out the tools. So 2 copies of that. That's the only stadium. Other tools here, playing TM the Technical Machine Turbo Energize. For 1 energy, you search your deck for 2 basic energy, attach them to your bench Pokemon any way you want. These are both 3 energy attackers, so that's really useful there for sure. Then 2 copies of Future Booster Energy Capsule. It's a great tool. It does 2 very useful things. 1, your future Pokemon's cards attached to have no retreat cost, so that's nice because we need to be doing some switching with the Iron Thorns because of that whole energy moving thing. And then also your future Pokemon do 20 more damage, so going from 140 to 160, and that gets us, we're still not usually one-shotting things, but it gets us to 2 shots Pokemon that wouldn't otherwise, and that is very meaningful. So since we're playing the tools, playing 4 copies of Arven, let's see the other tools I was supported in the deck, playing 2 copies of Judge, 2 copies of Penny, lets us get our Iron Thorns EXs out of play, because at some point the general strategy for this deck is you start Iron Thorns, usually you slow down your opponent with Iron Thorns. If it's an evolution deck in particular where they're evolving into EXs, get them to evolve into a bunch of EXs and then evolve into Sylveon, but also before you do that evolution with the Ascension attack, scoop up that Iron Thorns EX, and all of a sudden you've got game over for your opponent. 3 copies of Boss's Order because we're really trying to make things difficult. 4 copies of Crispin. We have 3 energies for each attack. We have 2 types of basic energy, so Crispin works really well. And it's an annoying deck. There's no 2 ways about it. So we're playing 4 Crushing Hammers, a super annoying card. I hate the card, but hey, I do think it works in this deck. Prime Catcher is the ace spec I'm playing. It allows me to do a little more gusting. 4 copies of Pokégear 3.0, because you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, you can put a supporter you find there into your hand. We don't have an engine, so Pokégear is just good in this deck. Copy of Night Stretcher, copy of Pal Pad. 4 Nest Balls. Like I said, we can't get... Now, you do, so just Nest Ball. We don't have Ultra Ball, so we can't search out the Stage 1, but that's why we have the Ascension attack. So it works out pretty well there. And what else have I not called out yet? The Super Rod, just a great item there, and 1 copy of Earthen Vessel. And honestly, I find that this deck's working pretty well. I find that I'm getting the pieces I want most of the time. So I'm slowing down my opponent enough, obviously the Iron Thorns EX, that's really important. Then I'm getting the pieces getting set up, and a lot of times attacking on turn 2. And honestly, the deck wins a lot more than it loses. So let's go take a look at the deck in action. All right, see what happens here. Up against an opponent with a very similar rank, which is nice. The matchmaking is always is a little weird in live. I think they say, all right, I do want to go first because I can't really attack turn 1. Hopefully, I have Iron Thorns to put in the active. That's obviously the go-to Pokemon, not knowing what the matchups. All right, starting Eevee, not ideal. Although I can retreat into Iron Thorns if I want to. Gives me some options here. I'll see what happens. Probably play the Nest Ball, get the Thorns in play. I'll attach the tool, Future Booster Energy Capsule to Iron Thorns. If I think I need the ability of Iron Thorns in play for this next turn, I will retreat into it. Otherwise, I don't mind getting ready to use... Okay, how do I want to work this? This is an interesting one. I mean, Iron Thorns is going to be good. All right, I think it's an EX box here, so I'm gonna leave the Eevee in the active and turn there. I could have attached the energy to the Eevee. The problem is my Eevee might get knocked out, in which case I probably want to be able to attack with Iron Thorns next turn. I don't, right? Because until I evolve to Sylveon, I'm not safe. I don't know, based on what they're playing, though, if they can knock me out. We'll find out what their deck is. So, okay. So this is awesome here. So I evolve to Sylveon, and they can't damage me. So super awesome there. I'll do that. I'm going to attach energy here, and I think I want to start. Let's see, Crispin. Yeah, I like Crispin. 'Cause I want to be able to attack next turn, I think, so that's really good. Get my 2 basic energies in hand, attach. Yeah, just start powering up the Sylveon, because at this point they can knock out my Iron Thorns. I don't care. I just want to start hammering with Sylveon, right? At this point, do they have an answer to Sylveon? I don't know that they do. So, if I were to draw in, and I got the concession because I'm pretty sure they had no answer. So, I don't know if I played the Mimikyu the other way to do it, if they had an answer to that either. But Sylveon, I really do like it. So I wouldn't have started the Eevee if I wasn't forced to, but worked out very nicely that game. All right, matching into an opponent much further along the rank ladder. Last game was someone pretty close to my rank. I'm not sure how the matchmaking works. It seems like it should just be primarily based on, I do want to go first with this deck, by the way. Should be based on rank, I would think. But maybe there's some ELO system instead. Like I won the last game, maybe that bounced up. Okay, so we'll start Iron Thorns. That's the safer way to go. And just say done here. And I'm going first. Okay. Let's see what I'm up against in this game. So, if it's a Gardevoir deck, Iron Thorns will be very good for that. I will see what happens. Crushing Hammer. If a Gardevoir deck, the Crushing Hammer is less useful. Although, if they without being able to get the Gardevoir EX in play, it's not so good for them. So, Monkey Dory. So, Monkey Dory's ability is not being stopped here, by the way. And I'll just attach energy and end turn. I could play then the other Iron Thorns. I don't really see a reason to. I don't think they're going to knock me out, and I don't want to be gusted necessarily. So I'll Arven, probably. I will get... I'm not sure what I'll get. I'll get the Future Booster Energy Capsule, and I don't know what... yeah, so it's Gardevoir. So I'm going to slap down this other Iron Thorns, and hopefully that can win the day here, right? Monkey Door is annoying, though, because it does confuse me. I can retreat when confused, so really want to get in the spot where I'm going to have to keep that in mind. If they're able to attack with Monkey Dory, I'm going to want to switch Pokemon between attacks, so we'll see what happens here. Obviously, a Crispin would be ideal this turn, I think, because then I could attack, take a prize. So they're Badooing me. Okay, so they're going to, assuming they can retreat into Badoo, that means the item I grabbed is useless. But, yeah, and there's no canceling Cologne in format, so I'm liking, this is going pretty well. So, grab the tool and grab, yeah, the Pokégear. I'm guessing I'm going to get Badooed next turn, and it is what it is, right? Once that happens, is what it is. So I'll attach this energy here, and attach the tool to the Iron Thorns at the bench. My idea is, if they want to gust me up to slow me down, now I can retreat. Because this next turn, I want to attach energy to Iron Thorns, which I have in hand, take a knockout. That's the game plan. The most likely way they would disrupt that is they would gust up the Iron Thorns of the bench. But now I have the tool. I have free retreat on the Iron Thorns of the bench. So that's a situation I don't have to worry about. So we'll see what they do. Obviously, they're thinking, because they're in some trouble. Now, obviously, people do stop playing in live at times, and when you go up against a deck like an Iron Thorns deck, people are more likely to stop playing. Oh, okay, well that's not a bad move. So now I don't one-shot them. Well, I will if as long as I can play this hand. Okay, because I can access my other tool as long as my other tool is not prized, right? So I hope it's not prized. It's not, so super awesome there. And I will, again, just grab a Pokégear. I actually get the one shot on the Monkey Dory, right? They don't resist me. And, yeah, solid. And get the Crispin, so this is a very nice situation. I think it's kind of game over for my opponent. So I'll move the Lightning Energy, right? You always want to think of what energies to move. You want a Lightning Energy each Iron Thorn, so which energy to move is pretty straightforward that turn. I have the Crispin, so I can power things up. Because ideally I want to get enough energy between these two that I can just kind of switch things around. So they'll evolve to Gardevoir. They can't use Gardevoir's ability, so I probably will use the hammer. Like if they start attaching to Gardevoir, they don't one-shot me, which is good. Okay, they didn't get energy attached either. So this is all looking very nice. I don't think I need Town Store, so I will use Crispin. Good. I get both energies. I will attach Psychic to the active. Doesn't really matter. Attach the lightning here, and I'll slide an energy to the bench. I don't think I want to toss down the Town Store. That's more helpful to my opponent probably than it would be to me. And of course, I do not move the lightning energy because that would make my life difficult. That would have been a mistake in that case, right? Just needed to make sure I moved the Psychic energy. All right, got a Prime Catcher. That's nice as well. Although they're going to Badoo me, so I'm not going to really use it. Do I want to play the Arven this turn? I don't even know if I do. Okay, get Serendipity, but they can't use its ability, so sorry there. I don't know if they're thinking they could. Obviously, I knocked them out, so they were thinking I can use the Serendipity. So, like, one of the things in this matchup, I know that I don't need Sylveon, right? I don't think I need Sylveon. They're going to really struggle to get things set up. Okay, so I can't use Crushing Hammer right now. I guess I play the Arven. Just to thin the deck, right? I'd like to hit into energy, or I'd like to hit into an energy so I can just keep attacking. But we'll see what happens. So they do 10 damage to me. That's okay. I'll take a third prize after this. Okay, that's not... Again, I don't think I'm playing Eevee this game. I'll just grab a tool, which I'm not going to attach. I'll just grab the Crushing Hammer, because I would use it if I could. And I retreat. That's having the tool on both is super awesome. If I didn't have the tool attached, I would have used Town Store. Take the knockout. I will move the lightning energy between things. So, and I can switch, you know, at this point it's awesome. I have 5 energies, and I have the tools attached, and I can just keep switching back and forth between the Iron Thorns. So I should not miss an attack. I'm not guaranteed to get a knockout, but I should, you know, I am. Hold on. Sorry, a little phlegmy there. I do though one-shot the Monkey Dory, so that energy attachment probably was a mistake, I would think. Because I'm just going to knock him out. So we'll see what they do here, right? I mean, the fact that I have the tool attached means I do one-shot the Monkey Dory, which is super nice for me as well. Okay. I mean, I don't know that they should be... Maybe that's the right move. I don't know. I will Crushing Hammer, right? Because at this point, they're not going to... They want to use their ability to get things in play, but they can't do that. So, Tails there. Use the other Crushing Hammer. Do I want a Pokégear? I don't even know if I do. All right, double Tails. I think I want to retreat because I want to have my energy. I want both. Ideally, both Iron Thorns are fully powered up, I think, when a turn starts. So attach this energy. I'm just going to attack. And I'll move a lightning energy, obviously. So I'm in great shape energy-wise. So, okay. Take that's a 4th prize, and you know, I missed the double hit, both the 2 hammers. They need 2 more turns to attach. I do want a Pokégear and try to you know, get an Arven. Have I played 2 Arvens? I think I played 3. So okay, it's all right. Getting Iono'd, but I'm in great position here. So it's okay at this point. You know, I'm relaxed about things. I don't want to play the Nest Ball. What I might do on my turn, my opponent played the Artisan. I don't want to get the Eevee in play, but I think they're good. I had a good set of cards in my hand, and they're at the bottom of my deck. So I probably used the Artisan. It just shuffles up my deck is what I do. I don't bench anything. Don't bench the Eevee because that gets them out of the ability lock, and that's how I could lose the game. So I will just Artisan. I don't even think I really need to attach an energy. Oh, no, don't do that. That'd be very bad. Yeah, I'll slap down this energy. Why not? And just attack. You know, I could have... All right, so this is just... I could have started to get a 3rd Iron Thorns play, but I don't have the tool for free retreat, so then I start to get into problems. So look, I'm just rolling with my opponent in this matchup. So I don't one-shot the Gardevoir EX. I do have Pokégear in hand. I do have 3 bosses orders in my deck, so it's a decent. So if I hit bosses orders, then I just have game, right? So see what happens. So yeah, just dig in, looking for solutions. Ditching a rare candy. Okay. That's fine. You know, I don't know. I don't really think they have a path forward. Ideally, I get boss this turn and I just win the game. But so we'll see. And is there anything in the deck, by the way, to use the Night Stretcher on? No, there's not. I didn't. Well, Penny's actually a good card at some point. Anyway, I'll just attack. I do 2-shot them, right? Yeah. So that's super awesome. So that's fine. I'm not gonna. Okay, maybe I guess I should have switched. I should have retreated, shouldn't I? That was a mistake. Mistake on my part. I getting sloppy there because I feel pretty good about the game. I should have attacked with the other Iron Thorns. It's got more energy than I need already. So, oh, I don't 2-shot them. That's right. So, ooh, they do 1-shot me here. Okay, so now things get a little dicey. But I can Iron Thorns. I can Crispin. I can get my other Iron Thorns set up. So I should win this game, right? If I draw into boss, I win the game. I have Night Stretcher. I have Nest Ball. So I'll get a 3rd Iron Thorns in play. It'll just be the 2nd because they're going to knock me out this turn, right? Yep. So the Monkey Dory is very, very meaningful here. Although they attach the energy to Monkey Dory, right? So they're going to try confusing me. It was a nice hand. I'm sorry to see that hand go. Again, I might play the Artisan again. So they're not knocking me out this turn. Do I want to drop down another Iron Thorns? I don't know that. So they're going to confuse me with Monkey Dory, but I can retreat out of it. So I just have game, which because I can retreat, I have free retreat. So it's game over here. Retreat. I don't need to attach an energy. Whoops. I need to attack, though. I need to click the right spot on the card, and they conceded. So, yeah. So, again, just took a Gardevoir deck. You know, Gardevoir just gets shut down by the ability, and just a very simple game to wade through that time. All right, game number 3, trying to record this video. 2 for 2 so far, and won a game with the Sylveon, won a game with the Iron Thorns, so that's just super awesome there. Because I want to show off the whole deck, right? The versatility of the 2 cards in the deck, right? It's a pretty straightforward deck. All right, so it's got a Thorns. Okay, to start with, this is a good starting hand. I don't know if I'm first or second, by the way. Oh yeah, I am. Okay, so. Yeah, this is my start, so I should be able to attack next turn with the Crispin. I probably slap down a 2nd Iron Thorns with the Nest Ball. I think we'll see what my opponent's playing though. Excuse me. If that sound came through, and I'm going to end turn. I'm not going to put down a 2nd Iron Thorns. Now if it's a Poison Donk deck and they donk me, I'll be sad, but I don't know what they're playing, and I might want to evolve to, to Sylveon, but I probably don't here. So it looks like another Gardevoir deck, and hey, Gardevoir being played a lot, super nice for me. I've got to think through a little bit. Ooh, fancy energies there. All right, those are neat. I wonder with the 2016. Okay. So we'll see what happens here. I will attack. I don't take the knockout. Oh, I can get my tool attached. That's nice as well. I don't... Do I want a 2nd Iron Thorns? I don't think I do yet. That's what I'm thinking. I think I wait on that. So I'm going to use the Crispin. I'm not going to use the Nest Ball yet. That's where I'm a little bit uncertain about things. So I will get a 2nd Lightning. I'll attach my tool. Yeah, this is good. I could have gotten the tool and attached it to an Iron Thorns on the bench, right? But the way it sits right now, I probably bench as Iron Thorns next turn. Get my second tool, my second Future Booster Energy Capsule. Again, assuming it's not prized. A third one could be nice in the deck because it's really good. You get 2 Thorns, and you can just cycle between them. So they're going to evolve, but I don't know that that's, I assume it's a Gardevoir deck. Right before rotation, when the Curly was in format, that you could be just using a Curly engine. I lose my Stadium. That's unfortunate, but hey, is what it is, right? So that means I might not want to slap down that other Iron Thorns. We'll see what my opponent does here. See what they do, right? I mean, his damage is based on damage counters, so that's really good. So Monkey Dory, they could start moving some damage onto Monkey Dory. We'll see what happens here, right? It's 3 energies to attack with Gardevoir EX, so we'll see what they do here. They could evolve. They could get Gardevoir and play EX and play next turn, though. And if they do that, then... And my opponent conceded, so there we go. I think, hey, I could keep playing, and I think, hey, so far, I don't know if I've lost a game with this deck. I didn't recording the video, but it's also been super successful just in general. So just give a few concluding thoughts here as I wrap up this video. Let me try to open the deck editor. All right, so look, Iron Thorns, we know what it is. It won the World's Championship. Didn't get any respect for doing that at the time. It deserves respect. Iron Thorns still wins a really good chunk of the time. It applies a decent amount of pressure with the attack, and the ability is super effective. So, and then playing the Sylveon as a secondary Pokemon, I like it a lot. I used to play it with the Monkey Dory, but hey, if the opponent plays the Mew EX, that one-shots the Monkey Dory, so the Sylveon is super great for those instances. I've won games because of this. I did one in the video, and hey, when my opponent powers up a Mew EX and they hit it the Sylveon, it is so fun. It's just a good feeling. So, like the energy mix, probably don't need quite this much energy, but you need energies in play, and there's not really an engine. So, I'm pretty happy with this build. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I like the tools. Maybe a third Future Energy Booster Capsule. I think I wouldn't put another Luxurious Cape in the deck, I don't think. So just a really, really nice deck. A good build all around. You could cut the 4 Crushing Hammer for something else if you want. That's what... I don't know if I'd cut anything else in the deck, but I personally hate Crushing Hammers. I flipped tails twice, I believe, in the one game when I used them in this video, and, kind of deserve that, right? Crushing Hammers is a card that I don't feel good about playing, but it is useful in this deck, so that's why I've included it. But you could get rid of the hammers and open up those 4 deck slots. I don't know that I'd put another Pokemon in this list, because unless it was the Ditto with the Transformative Start, that could have value too in the deck, right? Because you want to start Iron Thorns, right? Which is why I only played 2 Eevees. I've seen a list which was the inspiration that played a 3/3 line of the Sylveon, but I don't want to start the Eevee. So you could put down a copy, put a copy of Ditto in the deck if you get rid of those hammers as one of the cards you add. Just it increases the odds of starting Thorns, which is very nice. So anyway, a really good deck, I think. I think it's fun. My opponents probably don't think it's fun. But don't sleep on Thorns. It's a good deck, and just looking for ways to spice it up. So I think the Sylveon does that. It's not a card you see a lot, but I actually think it's really a really good partner for Iron Thorns EX. So anyway, give the deck a try. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Take care, have fun, and play some Pokemon.